Hi, this is Brian Wormers. I'm the nursing faculty that will be teaching NUR305. This is Cultural, Spiritual, and Ethical Dimensions of Holistic Care. In this video, I'm just going to do a quick rundown of the syllabus as well as the LMS, where to find some certain things, and a basically overview of the course and what to expect for this semester. So starting on the welcome page, for this course, you'll see a basic roadmap. You should see this for most of your courses. What our meeting schedule is. This is an asynchronous online course, meaning that we never meet in person. This is all work done by you outside of class on a weekly basis. I do have course announcements. Predominantly what I will do is if there's something important, I will email you. So make sure that you are checking your emails. If you have anything that you need to talk to me about, by all means you can email me, call me, text me, or swing by my office hours, which are listed below. Important course resources. So on that left-hand side, you're going to see course resources, coursework, different tabs here that have got different information in it. So course assignments, course grades in your grade book, online learning tools used in this class. So this LMS, or we call it learning management system, is probably one of the big things. Zoom would be a big thing. Teams would be an option for you to use. EasyVid, YouTube, PowerPoints, those are all things that you might use within this course. Ways to get a hold of me, like I said, email, phone number, this is my cell phone, office number. If you call my office number, it does forward into my cell phone number. So if you're calling at like, 1 a.m. and expecting to leave just a voicemail on my office number, it'll actually ring forward onto my cell phone. So just be aware of that. I do have in-person office hours, which I'm there sitting in my office just waiting to talk to you. Those are on Mondays from 11 to 1 and Fridays from 9 until 10:30. Otherwise, make an appointment. I'm happy to meet with you at other times, other locations. We can work something out. Other support would be the Academic Success Center, the Mirrors Library, and the Register. If you need them, these are phone numbers and emails for them. Now, moving into the course a little bit more. The syllabus is right here. This is one of the easiest things and one of the main things for this course that will help guide you and give you an understanding of what's expected for this course. So popping that up, you'll see, that this is for USF, School of Nursing. This is the course syllabus. You're going to see that this is the dates of the class. This is an asynchronous, so we don't ever meet necessarily. And this is for cultural, spiritual, and ethical dimensions of holistic care. And so this is me. This is email, phone numbers, and office hours. Course description. So this course is great because you get to know yourself a little bit more, as well as you get to know some other people, cultures, and spirituality and ethical beliefs. You'll use that in nursing. You'll use that a lot in nursing. And so you have to be able to know yourself. You have to be able to understand some others, and this course will help you do that. So when we do that, we're looking at others' beliefs and influences on their care. We're going to explore cultural, spiritual beliefs and practice in nursing. We'll look at differences in different cultural healthcare beliefs and practices and groups. Students will also explore spiritual approaches to assessment and intervention in relation to the spiritual needs of those experiencing health problems. As we care for that whole person, this is important. And so ethical components, including decision making, are also being looked at. Credit hour policy, so this is a diverse modality, meaning that's online. If you want to look at that, you can read through all those. These are the learning outcomes for which we're going to talk about. So we're going to look at culture. We're going to look at health, illness, healing. What does that mean through these different perspectives and these different lenses? We're going to look at growth and personal awareness. We're going to look at you. You're going to have some time for reflection within this course, and that's important because you need that to help others. We're going to apply the clinical judgment model in a sensitive manner, looking at doing some cultural and spiritual assessments. What does that mean? How do we talk to other people about this? We're going to look at the role of spirituality and ethics play in moral reasoning. We're going to look at that holistic ideal of body-spirit connection related to nursing care. That's the way we care for all of our patients. We're going to look for meaning of autonomy, beneficence, non-maleficence, veracity, confidentiality, justice, and fidelity. And what do those terms mean? We'll look at personal disciplines that support ethical, emotional, spiritual, and professional growth. We'll synthesize the concepts of cultural, spiritual, and ethical as it relates to a chosen ethical issue. And a big part of this will be the presentation. So we do all this stuff based on our guiding principles at the University of Sioux Falls, as well as we use the AACN Essentials. And so you can read about it all here. If you're curious about what those are, click the links. If you're curious about how USF maps those to the Essentials, click this link. Required text, none, really. You should have an APA book, and you should be able to manage and use it. These are available for you to use, and the other articles and stuff like that I should have online for you. So you really shouldn't need to buy a lot of resources for this course. That being said, there will be some other things that you might have to buy, and we'll talk about those in a little bit, such as movies, or renting movies, or finding a way to split the cost with some of your classmates and peers. Online courses, you should have internet, you should have a computer, you should have a web camera. I think these are all things that you've got already, but if not, you might want to consider having. Teaching methodology, I like to use a variety of methods. All of you are different, all of you learn differently, all of you will respond differently to different types of teaching. But realize we're going to use some online lectures, some audio-visual stuff. You're going to be doing some different presentations, you're going to be doing some different assignments. And so there's a variety in here. So if you don't like one assignment, give it a little bit of time. The next assignment might be better for you. Evaluation, so a couple of different things. We're going to have lots of learning modules in this course, and those are the soft chalk modules that you've seen before. There are assignments that go with this course, and I think they're kind of fun assignments. They're not, hopefully, too tedious or boring. Hopefully they're things that you haven't done before, though. You will do cultural competent nursing care module. This is great because this is an international way to understand culture as well as to get some CEUs. So when you fulfill this, make sure you keep that, and then you can save that. And once you start looking for jobs and stuff like that, put that in your portfolio, and that is a great way to show that you are a lifelong learner and that you've gone through some of this content. Finally, a big part of this grade is your final presentation. So you'll have a presentation with a handout that you do as a group. And then off of that, you're also going to have constructive feedback. This isn't, oh, great presentation, I loved how you talked about this. It was great presentation. It was maybe a little bit difficult to hear at this point in time. You misspoke on this word. You could do better on this, or the colors were hard to read, or something like that. But I really want pure constructive feedback. And that's important because as you get into nursing, you have to provide feedback to your patients, to other nurses, and to other members of the healthcare team. And so I know it's a little uncomfortable to do that, but this is a way for you to start to find a way to help improve them. Grading, as it is in most nursing classes, so you've got your A's, B's, C's, and D's. You do need to get a B- in this course to progress within the nursing program. Responsibilities, you have to do the work. I know that's a shocker to everybody, but you have to do the papers, you have to do the presentation. I expect you to be participating. I expect you to be professional. You need to work nice. I do not expect you to agree with everybody's thoughts or culture, or you might have different ideas on spirituality than other people. However, I do expect that you can respect other people and you'll be professional during this course, just as I expect you to be professional in your nursing career. So do the learning module activities. So these are listed underneath coursework for the grade. They're listed underneath the resource tab if you want to just practice. There are online quizzes. If you want to go over these with me, you can. Let's just schedule time to go over them. Be nice to others, especially while you're on the internet, using forum posts, doing different stuff like that. a comfort pass. So this is something in this course in which I know you're busy. I know that you've got a lot on your plate right now, and that's all right. That's, in a way, that's really good. That's what you want. But if everything is piling up on you, you can have 2 different times in which you can push something off for next week. So read through this, see the examples of this one. You can't do the final presentation because, you know, it's a group project and it's at the end of the semester. But for some of those other assignments, if you need an extra week to work on it, or if it's just too busy, or, you know, whatever, just do this. In this course, I intentionally open up everything so that you can kind of work at your own pace. If you want to work forward on some of these things, I highly recommend that. If you got a lighter week in other courses, watch some of the movies, do some of the assignments, get that hammered out. Some of the stuff that's in this course is not dependent on, you know, on previous assignments. So I open that up to try and give you maximum flexibility and leeway on this. Status of the syllabus. Be aware, I really try to have this all hammered out to the best of my abilities, but things happen. If things happen, I need to change something up, I'll let you know. Policy and procedures, these are things that you've probably seen before. Don't cheat. Use academic honesty. If you don't know what that means, come talk to me. I'm happy to explain a lot of this stuff. Compliance with ADA, if you have questions about this or if this would apply to you, you know, talk to the Academic Success Center and they will help you out with that, and I'm happy to work with you on that as well. Program assessment at the end of the course, you'll get an eval telling you how I did, what did you like on this course, what didn't you like. So, you know, feel free to give me some critiques. If you've got other assignments that you know of or other papers that are awesome to read, share it. You know, I'm happy to include that into next semester's work. So, going down here, this is kind of a module system. I've got the dates in the module here. This is the video of the course introduction, but we're going to also be talking about spirituality and nursing this first week. So, tied into this, there's a syllabus quiz, just so you can kind of understand what is going on, your expectations. There's a forum for this week. So that discussion, the initial one is due on the 24th, and you have replies due to your peers on the 27th. And you're going to kind of see that. For a lot of the forum posts, it's going to be this kind of a format, where you've got your initial post due, I think it's always kind of set up on Thursdays, and then it's due on Sundays. If you want to get it to it and get it done before then, and so you've got your weekends free, I am completely fine with that. But I'm just trying to give you maximum time to do that. Same with the spiritual roots quiz. If you want to get that done on Thursday and have your weekends free, you go for it. So module 2, talking about spirituality and nursing presence. Going to talk about transcendent moment, talking about spirituality again. So with that, learning modules again, you know, spiritual pathway, and this is more of a forum post. And then you're going to start talking about, you know, this FICA tool used to look at spirituality. Module 3. So once again, spirituality, you're kind of seeing a theme on what we're starting with. So after that, you know, we're going to be doing this learning module. So that's a soft chalk. You're going to use this Wachowski's tool, which we talked about before. APA is not required for this one for your write-up, but make sure that you have it in on September 10th. And then there's a quiz for you. Module 4, we're going to talk about bioethical ethics and basics of moral reasoning. So there's a soft chalk module with that one. Following week, module 5, once again, talking about learning modules using ethics. And then there's going to be a forum post with it. Module 6, so we're talking about differentiating faith, ideals, values, ethics, morals, and virtue. So of course there's PowerPoint that's going to go along with that. So see that LMS module for that. And then we're going to view the movie Concussion. So this is a movie that I expect you to rent or watch. You can check the libraries, you can check Netflix, you can check Amazon. You can rent it with a group and watch it all together. And split the costs however you want to do it. Maybe some of you have the movie. But watch the movie. You could do the assignments up in groups of up to 4 people, and then turn in the assignment that's related to this on the 1st of October. Moving on, we've got transcultural diversity and healthcare, theoretical foundations for transcultural nursing. So, what is culture going to deal with within your nursing practice? So, forum posts on this, with a self-assessment. You have to be able to understand yourself before you can understand others. And then start doing the cultural sensitivity, or the cultural competent nursing care. So create an account for this, start setting up for this, and that'll be a big point for the next couple of weeks. So Module 8, so we're talking about culture again. This is where you need to have that Course 1 done. Module 9, surprise, surprise, still talking about culture. We're going to have Cultural Quiz 1. You've got some reading, and then Course 2 of the CCNCC. Module 10, we'll talk about some health disparities. This is when I expect you to have Course 3 done, and that will complete this series, as well as you're going to do some forum posts. Module 11 is looking at global perspectives. So there'll be some readings, of course, with this. Learning modules, forum posts. And then there's a movie I want you to watch. I'm talking about Extremists. And so with this, once again, you can watch in some groups, but on this one, I want you to post individually because this could be kind of a personal topic. And so I want you to watch the video and respond. And then there's forum posts with this one. Moving on to 12, we're talking about culturally competent nursing care. Some readings here, some forum posts, and a quiz. Module 13, talking about, family, religion, spirituality, death, end-of-life care. So, talk about some end-of-life culture customs with this. We're going to talk about a variety of different situations and topics. So, with that, guess what? Forum posts again and a quiz. Moving on to week 14, which is already late November, and you're going to watch a movie, Gran Torino. You could do this in up to groups of 4, and then you'll have a cultural journey. So the Gran Torino is got some questions, and you watch a movie that should be pretty self-explanatory. The cultural journey is going to be a little different. Look at the assignments and the coursework, and within that, it'll give you good descriptions. But basically, you're going to check out a cultural event. And so this could be, I know if there's a Hispanic cultural event coming up in our community, this could be going to an inipi, or this could be eating at a restaurant that you've not eaten at before, or had, or tried a new type of food that you haven't tried before. I don't want this to be something that you've done all the time. I also don't want this to be watered down. So by that I mean, you can't go to Taco Bell and say, oh, I'm trying Hispanic culture. No, I really want you to go into a place in which, maybe they're speaking a different language than you. Maybe this is something out of your comfort zone a little bit, but that's what I want. I want you to try something that's new. If it's not something new, if it's like, oh, I go to Incas all the time, I love it, I went again, you're going to get docked points because that's not really pushing yourself. If you've never been to an Ethiopian restaurant, we've got Ethiopian restaurants in Sioux Falls. We've got we've got a wide variety of different restaurants in here. And so if you have any questions about it, please contact me. This doesn't always have to be spending money. This could be going into maybe a grocery store. This could be looking at some of the things. We've got Eastern European grocery stores, we've got African grocery stores, we've got Hispanic grocery stores, we've got Asian grocery stores. But basically, I want you to put yourself out there and go into a new environment, and you're going to, what do you see? What do you smell? What did you experience? How did you interact with the owners of that shop or the people that are working in that shop? So this is meant to be fun. You can do it in a group. So if you all want to go out and you've never had sushi, go for it. Have a fun experience. Each of you have to write it up independently, but by all means, you can go with other people and experience it together. This does not mean going out to McDonald's and saying that you're trying out American food. I really want you to try something that's not hopefully day to day. Now, if you are from a different country, an American, and you never had a hamburger, then talk to me. Then I'll probably accept that one. But otherwise, push yourself a little bit. And that's what this is for. It's self-discovery. All right, finally, we've got the group ethical, cultural, spiritual presentations. You can go up to 6 people on this one. This is going to be the last assignment. With this, there is a folder and coursework for this that gives you detailed explanations on this. This is a recorded lecture from you talking about multiple different situations and topics within this. You need to reserve your topic, so I want you to post it. That way other people don't pick the same thing. You can do a wide variety of things on there. And within that assignment, I give you multiple listings on this. This is supposed to be a very professional looking presentation. So you're using APA, you're citing your references, you're having citations throughout the slides. I expect this to be looking professional, not just a bunch of memes, not just something that's thrown together at the last minute. I want this to be well done, and so you've got all semester to work on this. One person needs to upload it. This will be a YouTube video so everybody else can watch. And so once you're complete, once you're done with this, other people will be watching this, and like I said before, they're going to be giving you good criticism and feedback on this, on ways to improve it. What could you do better next time? Use different colors, use better microphone, be more conscious about the words that you're using. But this is a point in time for you to grow, develop, and share what you've grown with us with your colleagues. And there's that feedback. And then we're done with the course. So this course is going to fly. It goes really fast. So like I said, really try to skip ahead. If you get a free weekend, watch a movie. Get that hammered out. Do some of these things ahead of time. And that will help you out. Alright, so that was the syllabus. Going back into the coursework. We talked about this slide, attendance. I'll take attendance on a weekly basis just based on if you're turning your assignments and stuff in. Course organizer, I don't use this a lot, but I know some people like it to see what's coming up. Course resources, you'll use this depending on the modules. So like I said, this is the stuff to go through it and do a practice before you do your real one in the coursework. This is going to be a variety of different things, such as different articles to read, different assignments, and different details. So you can see it's laid out module by module, week by week type of situation. And it should really help you out throughout the whole course. So, that being said, does have some of the assignments in here. Also, along with that, under coursework is probably a better spot to see some of that as well. So, and within here, you can see the different things and when they're due. And we've talked about all those different assignments. If you have questions on these assignments and you want more clarification on it, by all means, contact me, send me an email, or meet with me. I'm happy to talk to you more about them. But they're all listed here. And like I said, they should all open up at the beginning of class, and so if there's something that you want to do, if you want to go on that cultural journey, go for it. Get it done and enjoy it. Gradebook, of course, here you can see your different grades. Forum posts, so you can see the different forums that you'll have. Make sure that you have good content with these forum posts. For you, make sure that you're citing stuff, making sure you're having references with this. I will dock you if you don't have good citations and references for at least your forum posts. For your replies, I do expect there to be some kind of substantial thing. Don't fall into the habit of, Julie, I really liked your post. I agree with you on this topic. It's amazing how culture is important in nursing. It's a very common thing that people will do, and I know that you've maybe seen that before in your schooling. I'm sure none of you have ever done that, but it really is not substantial. Add something to the conversation. Add something that others maybe not be aware of. So make sure that your replies are good and substantial, and it's not just a waste of time for you or for other people to read. Group presentation guidelines. Once again, there's some other things in here that will help you. These are the guidelines. This is recording PowerPoints with voice, how to do YouTube videos. So just some different tips, tricks, and ways to help you. Comfort Pass, we talked about this already on the syllabus, but if you need just a brief break, this is what it is. Just let me know. I won't even ask you. Honestly, it's like I don't care what your excuse is. If you need a break, I'm fine with it. So you don't have to be like, oh yeah, my hamster died, or this, that, the other thing. Just say you need a week's extension. Granted, no questions asked. If you need more than 2, or if there's a prolonged extension or something like that, that's going to be on a case-by-case basis. If there is something where you're extremely sick, you get COVID and you're out for a couple of weeks, or family death in the family or stuff like that, please let me know. We'll work with you and we'll find an answer for this one. But just be aware that if you need like a week extension, that's what this is for. So. Roster, this is where I can see who's all in the class. And then news and announcements. I don't use this a lot. I'd rather use email. I think it's more applicable. It goes right to you. And then you can reply. So, well, that's an overview of this course. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Like I said, via cell phone, text, emails. I make myself available in person as well. And that being said, I hope you enjoy this course. I think it's fun. I think it's going to open yourself up to maybe some thoughts and some considerations you haven't had before. And with that, hopefully you can better care for your future patients and even your current patients. All right, have a great one, and I look forward to having you in this class.